Welcome back. So I was looking into it in between parts, and might as well make a little correction part of the game. Then the woman playing Sniper Wolf, they carried her as Julie Monroe. However, that's not her actual name. Her name is Tasia Valenza.
Ultimatia's voice actress.
Yes. It's just that for some reason in this game she was credited as Julie Monroe, even though there is no such thing, and there's no such person as a Julie Monroe, as far as I'm aware.
I guess she wanted to go under the grid just to...
Again, it's the Aldeets thing. Some voice actors do this for some reason.
Again, sometimes they do it because a project is really shaping up to be a stinker and they don't want their official name to be in it.
Kind of thing.
Other times they're doing it literally just to be random. Sometimes they'll do it to try and see if they're trying out a stage name for themselves. Really depends.
Indeed. Alright, so like Otacon said, we need to, now that we've destroyed the IND, let's go back into the snowfield so we can, get to the final building and hopefully locate Metal Gear and destroy it. Once again, the radar's jamming because, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's one of those things where I could take my time, but whatever. I can. The Russians respawn in the areas. I can just, like this. Let's just get on with this. All right. Yes. I don't need that. Infinite ammo. All right. Alright, so hopefully now the elevator will work, since it worked for Otacon.
Well, so far so good, Snake. I mean, Liquid's dead, so with the head honcho out of the way, we just gotta clean house on Metal Gear.
He tells me it's not gonna be that easy.
Well, it is Metal Gear Rex.
Huh.
Quite possibly the most iconic of all Metal Gear.
For some reason, there's just something doesn't quite feel right.
Has there been a Metal Gear game where you play from the perspective, where you play the same? What if there'll ever be a Metal Gear game where it takes place during one of these games, but you're the bad guys?
Technically, that's kind of what the Big Boss Saga games are. I mean...
Well, no. He's asking about a future game where you end up replaying, say, the events of one of the previous games from the perspective of the bad guy. I'd say Phantom Pain, kinda?
I guess.
Okay. It takes a lot of explaining which would...
Is actually something we want to talk about with Silver?
If you take out the one I'm wearing, that leaves 4.
Hey, this isn't first grade math class.
I thought I'd get one for you. So I went back to the lab and...
Yeah?
The 4 suits were missing.
Uh-oh.
What?
So, about the elevator that I checked out, it's really strange. It was like someone was intentionally holding it.
Riding on it, did the weight limit warning go off?
That's another thing that bothered me about it.
Was there
the
weight
warning
limit?
went off, and I know I couldn't be over the limit.
How much do you weigh?
About 135, but that elevator had a weight limit of 650 pounds.
Oh no.
At least 5 people to go over that.
Is it tied to Metal Gear Rex or something?
The guys who stole my stealth prototypes are in there with you.
That's a shot right there.
So yeah, once again, another cue from Metal Gear 2. Go ahead, too. I'm guessing you wanna...
Here's the thing. I mentioned this, but I will mention it sporadically, but this is just a major case. This particular moment works a bit better with my country's dub, because while in this version it still managed to be effective, at least for my country's dub it's a bit better. At the point of the realization, Otacon voice actor freaks the fuck out, so the player has just the right extra punch, while in here he still maintains a bit of the same tone, while still sounding alarmed. So I do believe it delivers better on the effect.
Sure.
Mind you, this is completely undermined by the guys in the suit immediately after saying the line to Lace down like they want to have sex with him, but you know what.
That's one heck of a gangbang.
All right.
In an elevator, Jova.
so yeah,
it's not the high mountain.
So yeah, once again, another reference to the Four Horsemen boss from Metal Gear 2. Alright, sure. Now prepare yourself, because after this boss battle, we're gonna get what is still nowadays beloved by a lot of gamers as one of the all-time great emotional scenes in video games.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the most iconic moments from Metal Gear, people do tribute with Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 3 overall.
Well, Jova, nowadays that big moment between Raiden and a certain, person in the codec is now regarded as an incredibly awesome moment from a lot of essays because of how prophetic that conversation is. But it's big. It just depends. There's also, of course, the microwave hall scene from 4. It just depends on who you ask.
Again, I'm mainly talking about the games with the most iconic moments.
Sure.
According to most people, I'm not saying that Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4 don't have iconic moments as well. They definitely do. I'm just talking about, what are considered to be like the biggest.
Oh sure. Oh sure. That would be 1 and 3, I guess. Yeah, especially the ending of 3. And of course the climbing of the stairs in 3. That's another one. Okay.
I almost feel sorry for those 4 guys. They went to all that preparation.
They wanted to have. That's the secret. They secretly actually wanted to give Snake the best surprise, birthday party.
Yeah, and the bullets of the confetti.
Yes. No, don't you know, Joe? We're low pellets.
I bet they are.
Alright, Snowy Field.
Uh-oh, and
Again
more wolves.
Whoa! Sniper Wolf. And yeah, since there's not really any place to hide here.
Okay?
Otacon, were there any other stealth prototypes?
No, there were only 5.
So, this isn't stealth camouflage then.
What are you talking about?
Someone's aiming at me in the middle of this blizzard.
Well, she's being polite not to do it while you're on the phone.
Sniper Wolf?
Yes, it's her. It's definitely her.
Otacon, you sound like you're happy.
No, I'm not.
So then what is it?
Snake, please don't kill her.
Are you insane?
Please. She's a good person. You know
better
that if
kill
you talk
me.
to her.
Listen to me, kid. She's a merciless killer.
I can see perfectly.
Shit.
Crap.
I told you, I'd never quit the hunt. Now you're
How did you get my brain number?
No, you can't.
Tasha Valenza does a great job in this role, by the way. I love her as Sniper Wolf.
Storm.
You see, women naturally make better soldiers.
Wolf, don't do this.
Snake, I'm near.
Are you just using Snake as like a two-way call between you two, Otacon?
Yeah.
Is that
And this is all in his head too.
Well, I'm
It's
going
extra
to
weird.
send you a love letter, my dear.
There's being third wheels, and then there's literally being used as a telephone.
Straight from my gun to your heart.
Please, Wolf. Snake, no.
Quiet! Don't get in our way.
Hey, Quiet's not in this game.
Barrel.
Not yet.
You men are so weak.
It's funny because she's also a sniper.
Finish what you
Are
say.
you
God,
gonna fire rockets at her?
God, how funny would it
No,
be if
the-
Quiet is? How funny would it be if Quiet's actually Sniper Wolf's in?
Well, in Phantom Pain you can actually give her a Sniper Wolf outfit. Okay, so no Dwibs. Much like last time, this is going to be a sniper duel.
Fire rockets at her.
Well, that's the thing, Dwibs. She's way too far, and there's a lot of blizzard and in over so not to mention. But it's a sniper duel, Dwibs. Trust me.
Sniper, just blow her up.
It's
Oh, I
not the. Well, Dwibs, good luck getting to that before she snipes you.
Yeah.
The entire idea of the concept of a sniper is to counter, people with heavy armaments.
Mm-hmm. they can fire at you way faster than you can with your heavy machinery.
Also the surprise factor.
Yep. Oh yeah, one particular thing that I also recommend doing is using the thermal goggles, because remember, the thermal goggles, as you can see there, they detect heat, which means of course that you can detect her body heat, which will make it easier for you to locate her.
And as you can see for this boss fight, she's wearing a white coat with a cap.
That being said, I'm trying my best to keep the bandana on as much as I can because, you know, infinite ammo. Let's see.
Of course.
Also, a little detail. There's one of those doors on the building says no smoking.
Cute.
Well, it's like Nastasha said. Smoking deteriorates your body and your brain. They are bad for you.
And yet they seem to do nothing but good for us throughout this series. What are you trying to tell us, Kojima?
Hey, I told you they're bad for you. I never said they were bad for Snake themselves, necessarily. Except for Nastasha, but...
maybe in this universe, cigarettes are Snake's secret weapon.
Yeah.
Now you remind me of that bit from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not fucking leaving.
No.
Okay.
Not that bit.
I mean, it does kind of fit this situation. Snake and Sniper Wolf don't want to leave their lives.
Okay.
I was talking about Pedro chanting the Popeye theme, which does occur during Wolf.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Again, again, that's one of the things I love about the sense of humor of that movie. Yeah, because it's so over the top. It's classic Scorsese. But come on, Wolf, where are you? Wolfie.
Come on, are you a man or a mouse? Well, I guess you're neither.
I am a wolf, and I am after my prey. Oh, there she is.
She must get into great conventions with Kraven the Hunter.
Wow, we both shot each other simultaneously.
What happens if you both die simultaneously?
Then you'll die
Prioritize
simultaneously.
one game over lives, unfortunately.
Well, to be fair, is that really a thing in this game? I never tried it or even seen anybody.
It's a common... Again, it's a general rule of thumb, but outside of specific games where you can end a draw with these specific conditions, usually games tend to, prioritize on you failing, even if a mutual kill happens. First example we can come to mind, Dark Souls against an extra boss. If you
there you go.
Kill it, but you died as well, it's still game over to do it again.
Alright, Sheeran, now enjoy, because this is one of the most beloved cutscenes by the fans. Let's just get our gun first, and let's move and see. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna see if there's ammo here first, and alright, now let's go there. Cutscene.
I waited for this moment. I am a sniper. Waiting is my job. Never moving a muscle. Concentrating. I am Longshot. You cannot save me. Please. Just finish me quick. I am a Kurd. I have always dreamed of a peaceful place like this.
A Kurd? So that's why you're called Wolf.
I was born on the battlefield. Raised on the battlefield. Gunfire, sirens, and screams. They were my lullabies. Hunted like dogs, day after day. Driven from our ragged shelters. That was my life. Each morning I'd wake up and find a few more of my family or friends dead beside me. I'd stare at the morning sun and pray to make it through the day. The governments of the world turned a blind eye to our misery. But then, he appeared. My hero. Saladin. He took me away from all that.
Saladin? You mean Big Boss?
I became a sniper. Hidden. Watching everything through a rifle's scope. Now I could see war. Not from inside, but from the outside. As an observer. I watched the brutality, the stupidity of mankind through the scope of my rifle. I joined this group of revolutionaries to take my revenge on the world. But I have shamed myself and my people. I am no longer the wolf I was born to be. In the name of vengeance, I sold my body and my soul. Now I am nothing more than a dog.
Wolves are noble animals. They're not like dogs. In Yupik, the word for wolf is Keglanek, and the Aleuts revere them as honorable cousins. They call mercenaries like us dogs of war. It's true. We're all for sale at some price or another. But you're different. Untamed. Solitary. You're no dog. You're a wolf.
Who are you? Are you Saladin?
Wolf. You spared Meryl's life.
She was never my real target. I don't kill for sport.
Rest easy. You'll die as the proud wolf you are.
I finally understand. I wasn't waiting to kill people. I was waiting for someone to kill me. A man like you. You're a hero. Please, set me free.
Why? Why? I loved you.
What is it?
My gun. Give it to me. She's part of me. Everyone's here now. Oh, okay, hero. Set me free.
Goodbye. Snake, you said that love could bloom on the battlefield. But I couldn't save her. What are you doing?
Returning it to its owner. I don't need a handkerchief.
Why?
I don't have any more tears to shed. I'm going to the underground base. We're out of time.
I know.
You'll have to protect yourself now. Don't trust anyone.
Yeah,
If I can't stop Metal Gear, this whole place will probably be bombed to hell.
Yeah.
We might not meet again.
I'll hang on to my codec. I want to keep helping.
You can leave anytime. Get a head start. A head start on your new life.
He'll try, Snake. He'll try.
Mm-hmm.
Snake! What was she fighting for? What am I fighting for? What are you fighting for?
If we make it through this, I'll tell you.
Also, yeah, it's Mega Man X form.
Yeah. Snake looks so cool in that final shot. If you make it through this, I'll tell you.
I'll be searching too.
All right. Remember when I told you guys about the story about how a classmate of mine was the one who got me to borrow the game from him so I could play it.
Mm-hmm.
What you just watched is the scene that basically left both me and him as a complete emotional train wrecks. We had to basically console each other. It's just like, no, it's gonna okay, no.
So I was a little bit late, but I did time between final shot and Sniper Wolf actually dying. 6 minutes. Well, 6 minutes 1 second, but there you go.
Ah, okay, because of the taking long-winded. About how long the speech went, he meant, because Dubs is a bit of a thing with long-winded speeches when characters are about to die. So
in regards to their origin, if you don't know much about this, the Kurds as a community and people have a history of being persecuted a lot, particularly by the people of the Eastern, from the Arabian Emirates.
I know that. I actually looked it up because of this game, and I will learn that too. Again, who says video games don't teach anything? So yeah, and again, it's exactly what I love about Metal Gear, is that for as over the top as it can get, for as ridiculous as it can get, at the center of it, there's this strong human emotional center. That's the main reason why this series is so beloved. And again, it does such a great job in, again, combining that with the commentary, because again, this is, like Theo said, the Kurds are an actual tribe that indeed went through all the stuff that Sniper Wolf did. Of course, as we always say, it doesn't justify what she did, but we understand how she came to adopt the lives. Again, this is basically Metal Gear all the time with various characters. Like Kojima likes to present a character who comes across as just a cartoon bad guy, but then as he pulls the veil off that character, and you see how the character's life was, and you see how that character became. You don't necessarily sympathize with the character, but you understand how this character became the way she is. Or in the case with Big Boss, or in the Big Boss in Metal Gear 2. Sorry, go on.
It does help that she also acknowledges that, yeah, for all her faults, she kind of screwed up in the end and, really lost herself in the vengeance of it all.
In the name of vengeance, I sold my body and soul. Again, it's like practically every single line while the piano music is playing, like, really hits hard because again, and I really have to compliment David Hayter, Christopher Randolph, the guy who plays Otacon, and Tasia Valenza for their fantastic performances in that cutscene. They completely sell every single line. Shiro, your thoughts on this?
That was good.
It's interesting as well because the PS1 era of video games weren't exactly well known for having stellar voice acting in most of them.
Or stories that were this elaborate in general.
Mm-hmm.
That depended, Shiro. Even before Final Fantasy VII, RPGs, were still very, very strong on the PS1. Okay, it's not the most complex thing, and it doesn't reach this kind of emotional value. But I argue Castlevania Symphony of the Night, also for the simplicity of its its gameplay structure, does have a solid story.
I feel like a better word for it, Shiroi, is that it's not so much in terms of it being how elaborate they are. It's more so that the reason this story was so influential and really stood out back then is because when you took Final Fantasy VII, let's use Final Fantasy VII as an example, that entire game took place in its own fictional universe with its own fictional concepts, its own fictional politics and governments and people, right? This is a game that comments on real life history, historical events, real life politics, real life, like all the stuff we saw from Nastasha about how people left landmines, but they wouldn't bother taking them out because it takes too much money and manpower, and as a result, people die all the time in Cambodia because mines were just left there.
Also, Tio, at your point of RPGs being best on PS1 at this time,
No, not best in a sense of still being present.
It makes sense because the only other systems that were there over the PC were another disc-based system that no one owned, and a cartridge-based system whose most well-known RPG is Holy Magic Century.
All right, and now.
Oh, game over.
No, the end of Disc 1. That being said, much like a multi-disc Final Fantasy game, Disc 2 doesn't have nearly as much content as Disc 1. Like, it's one of those cases where most of the content that's in Disc 2 that's not in Disc 1 is probably just the cutscenes themselves. Because I feel like probably what they did is they have the entire world of the game in Disc 1. They just need Disc 2 to add all the extra cutscenes that come after this, basically. That's probably how it is.
It's interesting how they add all these cutscenes in-game with this stuff without having to rely on FMVs. I don't think there's a single FMV technically in this.
Well, actually, remember the live-action bits. Those technically FMVs because.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that counts.
The live-action bits have to be actual video files because they are video files. So they.
Yeah, you're right.
So it can't be in-game to begin with. So. But yeah, like Teo said, aside from bits where it shows live-action footage for the sake of the commentary, yes, all the cutscenes you're seeing are in-game with the graphics. And yeah, again, this is the game that probably pushes the PS1 to its utmost limit of all of them. All right. Again, it's one of the here again, you guys to put you guys in the place of 1999 when me and my friend were playing this game. Like again, this game was dealing with real life topics. That's the main thing that separated this story from other game stories at the time. The real life aspect to it that is actually that makes you think, holy crap, like yeah, that's true, and it adds that extra level of grit to the story. Like that, you're not talking about fictional universes where these things are just entirely fictional. Because while it is true that this is a fictional story and has a lot of made up concepts to it, there's a base. It takes place in our world, and it takes advantage of that to really use historical, actual events and actual culture, various cultures to actually, properly enhance its story, and it gives the story a level of grit and relatability that you wouldn't get otherwise. That's the main reason I feel like why this game was so heralded in its time as like the new standard. Because no other game out there before this one was really doing this. Not that I'm aware, at least. Maybe there was like an obscure game that's like not that well known, but
clearly Narcos was the true predecessor of this.
In China, they say it's better to live ugly than to die beautiful.
Amen, Mei-Ling. Amen.
Once you're dead, you'll never have another chance to be happy. I can't understand people who want to die before their time. Please, Nick, promise me that you'll come back alive.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, he's a soldier. He can't promise that.
And the music, by the way, I also got to give credit to. Let me check again who the composer's name again is, because I had the soundtrack here. I'm just not really recalling the name of the composer right now. Metal Gear Solid. Kazuki. Okay, wait. It just says Kazuki Muraka here. Go ahead, Joe. Who are they?
Kazuki Muraoka, Hiroyuki Togo, Takanari Ishiyama, Lee Jeon-myung, and Maki Kirioka.
Basically, Konami's sound team, basically. Yeah, and because that track you just heard, Shio, is called Enclosure, and it's but of course it's mostly well known for being Sniper Wolf's death theme, basically. So yeah, great track there as well. All right, everybody. So while I in between parts try to compose myself, hopefully in the next part we'll be able to and by the way, in the next part, everybody, we're going to finally see the payoff for Nastasia's plot, because we're going to learn her backstory, where she comes from, and what exactly motivates her to do what she does, aka being a military analyst. So tune in for that.
Yeah.
All right, see you next part.